Hello everyone, it's the weekend. Welcome again to Mass United Insurance's Line and Length. It's a cricket program where we look at the sport not only in the region but internationally as well. I'm Barry Wilkinson, with me is Andrew Seeley. On today's program, we have managed to reunite two people who have been in the news recently.
Well, Tino Bess and Kieron Pollard. Imagine that. Not both in the studio, however. One in St. Kitts and one in the studio with us.
That's right. Kieron Pollard, captain of the Barbados Tridents. Tino Bess, who played for the Lucia Zouks in the Limacol CPL, talk about the future of their careers and also, very important, what really happened in the CPL. We all know that they have been in the news for perhaps some of the wrong reasons. We got an exciting show for you, Andrew. We look at the CPL and also reminisce with Tino Bess.
Well, certainly, and he speaks about an experience which he had at Lord's, and it's wonderful viewing. Don't miss it.
You don't want to miss the program. Put on your seatbelts, get the popcorn. Mass United Insurance's Line and Length is about to begin.
Across the Caribbean, more people are placing their trust in Massey United Insurance for the protection of the things that are important to them, their homes, businesses, and their prized possessions. That's because Massey United Insurance offers excellent general insurance coverage to help you manage whatever life sends your way. Our cadre of well-reputed agencies and trained insurance professionals are always ready to provide you with sound advice and prompt service. Choose the security and sound strength that is Massey United Insurance.
I live cool, I live fresh, I live life without the stress. Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol. Feel the energy, feel the breeze, I feel like doing as I please. Relaxation comes with these, I live cool with Limacol.
Live cool with Limacol and feel the freshness of a breeze in a bottle. Limacol is trusted the world over and gives that easy, breezy Caribbean feel to all.
Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol.
Welcome back to Mass United Insurance's Line and Length. Then, as promised, let's go now to St. Kitts and Nevis and talk there to Kieron Pollard, captain, of course, of the Barbados Tridents team. Kieron, so good to see you. How are things going? St. Kitts, last lap of the Limacol CPL. And then, of course, before you can even take a breath, you have to play for the West Indies against Bangladesh. Let's talk a bit about the CPL. As captain, how has the season been going for you?
It has been sometimes have been a bit up and down. That's how 2020 goes. We lost a couple of games. We lost especially one game in Barbados. It really, had us down a bit. But, I told the guys a long way to go in the tournament. Our aim was just to try to make that first four. And it happened that, we end up on top in the group stages. Congratulations to the guys. I think, they played well. We played as a team. And, we have individual performances at crucial times. And that's what, helped us to get through to the finals.
Now, Kieron, I can't help but notice this year we're seeing a more mature, a more competitive Kieron Pollard as captain. Certainly, the ambitions must be growing for you to perhaps take over the helm sometime for the West Indies. I mean, you're still a very young man now in your late 20s.
I haven't really thought much about that. For me, it's always to try to, do the job at hand, which is at the moment. And my job at hand is to lead the Barbados Trident and try to lead them to victory in the final. And, that's my ambitions right now, And then, as I said, straight after that is Bangladesh. So I haven't really thought about that big of a step as yet. But, for me, I take everything one step at a time.
Now, we are speaking, of course, we are recording on the eve of the final, not knowing what will happen there. Now, if the Tridents do get into the final, if the Tridents do win the final and go to the Champions League, there will be a big question for you if you will play for the Tridents or for the Mumbai Indians. What will be your decision then?
To me, it has been ongoing, even for Trinidad and Tobago. I've seen that, when I had to play for Trinidad, I opted for Mumbai. More contracts, certain things in the contract stipulates, there's a player's choice or the franchise has the option. So, when that time comes, if we qualify, we'll have discussions and we'll see how that goes. But for me right now, it's about actually trying to win for Tridents and giving each and every, youngster on our team an opportunity to go to Champions League, because that's a stepping stone. I made my mark there, yes. And it will be good for a young player to actually go there and get that opportunity as well.
Second year of the Limacol CPL, compare it with the first year for me.
I've been a bit up and down. I have a lot of things that persons would not have seen. But for us as a team, I think we have done well so far. I can talk for us as a team. I can talk for, the guys have matured. The guys have, came with a different sort of intent. Because at the end of the day, winning this, you get an opportunity to play in front of another world stage. So for me, talking from a team perspective, I think it has been good for us. We have gelled well together. We maintained most of our guys from last year as well. So that camaraderie was still there. And, that has worked for us. So it's just a matter of getting over that last hurdle, and then, we'll see where that takes us.
You've mentioned the positives, and you mentioned it was up and down. Let's talk about both sides of the fence. Was it difficult to play before crowds that were not as big as last year, like perhaps in Grenada and then even Antigua? How difficult was it to G yourself up as it was perhaps easier last year?
Yes, it was difficult for us. Any cricketer, when you turn up to a stadium, you want to see packed houses. Motivating factors, I think that's good. But at the end of the day as well, your job is to play cricket. And, if there are not supporters there, you still have to go out and perform. And I think we did well, trying to eliminate that factor. Yes, we're disappointed that the crowds weren't there, because we love playing in front of our home crowds. We love playing in front of a packed stadium. And it gives you the energy, in 2020 cricket and the momentum, you see a crowd jumping and waving when you hit a 4 and a 6 or you get a wicket, it gives you that, that extra adrenaline. So it was disappointing for us, but as players, we had to put that aside and see and concentrate on the job at hand. And hopefully, the organizers, take it into consideration that, in the Caribbean, people will come out more in the evening time and the night time rather than those early games.
Now, I also want to ask you this question. You've played in the biggest leagues, of course, the IPL Champions League. If you had to give some advice then to perhaps the organizers of the CPL for CPL 3, what advice would you tell them to perhaps keep it more in line with what is required for the international stage? Certain little things. Address. That's one. We need to get that Caribbean flavor and that Caribbean vibe. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, but we are a special place. We are special people in the Caribbean, and we demonstrate things in different ways, and we need to keep it more Caribbean-like. So that's one way I think we can go forward and try to portray a more Caribbean-like tournament to the world. So that's a couple of things. Different other things. I think it won't be wise for me to speak about those things on air now, but if they ask my opinion at some point in time behind closed doors, I don't have a problem doing that. Now, in St. Kitts seems to be the best ground to play T20 cricket. When you look at Andre Russell and his fantastic innings the other night, and you look at some of the other innings and the scores you're getting out of St. Kitts, would you be happy to go back to St. Kitts? You think it's the right size ground for this version of cricket?
Yeah, it's the right size ground. Yeah, it is. When you, as a batsman, you look up and you see the boundary straight back is right there, it entices you. And I think that has been the downfall of so many batsmen as well. In terms of the size of the ground and in terms of the wicket that we have played on, I think it's perfectly suited for T20 cricket. The only thing we have to think about is the crowds and the timings of the games in order to have that atmosphere. But definitely it has been a success so far, especially in St. Kitts here. The guys have loved it. They love playing on this ground because, as I said, runs are being scored, bowlers are being hit, and the competition is there.
Like I said, we are recording before the final itself, but would you rather play the Warriors or would you rather play the Talawas again?
To us, it doesn't matter. We have played both teams. Yes, Guyana got the better of us. We haven't beaten Guyana as yet. So for me, I like a challenge. So if it's Guyana, I would love that challenge because I want to know that I've beaten every team in the competition. So that's one thing I look at. But if the Talawas win, we won against them the last time when we needed to, and I know they'll be gunning for us, so that's another opportunity for us as well. So it doesn't matter to us, but for me, the challenge is I don't mind Guyana, but we'll take it as it comes.
All right, Kieron. Before we go, of course, 2014 has been a year where you've shown your competitive spirit. You had that little incident with Mitchell Stark, a little fracas as well with Tino Best. Are those incidents behind you? You're moving forward now?
For me, I don't take on those things as much. I'm a competitive guy by nature, and for me, on the cricket field, if there's a battle, I won't shy away from it. At the end of the day, for me, once it's over, it's over. It happened, and that's it. I'm over that. I've got cricket to concentrate on. I'm a professional athlete. I try to play my sport, and at the end of the day, I'm a family to take care of as well. So that's most important to me right now.
Wonderful stuff. And how's the family going? I see it's growing.
It's going. I've been working on and off the field. That's 2 now, but I think that's it for a while. I'll put that on pause and try and concentrate on cricket and see if I can score more runs on the field.
All right. Well, Kieron, all the best. We look forward to seeing you for the West Indies against Bangladesh. You think the West Indies can win that series?
Yeah, of course. We have been doing pretty okay so far, but being at home, playing in front of the home crowd, it gives you that extra advantage. And the guys obviously are looking forward to it. We'll come together a couple of days before the first game, and hopefully we can gel. And that competitive spirit we have against each other, we can just put it towards Bangladesh now and forget about competing against each other now. And for me, the more competitive we are as a team, and the more we stick together as a team, I think we'll beat more opposition than not. So that's one of the things. If we can build on as a team, we can do great things. And hopefully, against Bangladesh, we expected to win. But then if we lose, the criticisms is going to be there. So there's that extra added pressure.
Kieron Pollard live from St. Kitts and Nevis. Thanks so much for joining us on Mass United Insurance's Line and Length. We'll be right back. Don't move a muscle.
Across the Caribbean, more people are placing their trust in Massey United Insurance for the protection of the things that are important to them, their homes, businesses, and their prized possessions. That's because Massey United Insurance offers excellent general insurance coverage to help you manage whatever life sends your way. Our cadre of well-reputed agencies and trained insurance professionals are always ready to provide you with sound advice and prompt service. Choose the security and sound strength that is Massey United Insurance.
I live cool, I live fresh, I live life without the stress. Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol. Feel the energy, feel the breeze, I feel like doing as I please. Relaxation comes with these, I live cool with Limacol.
Live cool with Limacol and feel the freshness of a breeze in a bottle. Limacol is trusted the world over and gives that easy, breezy Caribbean feel to all.
Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol.
So we're back on the show now, and it's good now to have Tino LeBertram Best back from playing in the Limacol CPL. Again, for the St. Lucia Zouks, it's been a very interesting time for you, Tino. Good to have you on the show. First time you're on the Mass United Insurance version of this program. Andrew Seeley, of course, is here with us, and we were talking before the program. What is Tino Best's way forward now, cricket-wise and personally-wise?
Yeah, no, good afternoon. Nice to be on the program. First cricketing ways, actually, just want to look forward to the first class season that's coming up. I think it's going to be kind of like franchise, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing in a different environment, different setup. So, the things that you win, just hoping and I felt opportunity. 32 years old, still got a lot to offer. Personally, me just trying to better myself. As Henderson Springer always say, when you got downtime, you got 2-3 months, try to educate yourself and try to achieve certain little goals that you set up for yourself for after cricket life. So those things are in the mainstream. So, just loving life and enjoying life, and I'm looking forward.
But you just before you played in the Limacol Caribbean Premier League, you were in London at Lord's playing with some big ones.
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about that experience. I know you were looking forward to it, so tell us a bit about it.
I tell you what, Andrew, in 1987, I got very good memory. My uncle Carly Best always tell me about this. In 1987, my uncle brought me into the Barbados dressing room for the first time, and I knew all the cricketers. I think it was Henderson Springer first time being picked for Barbados as well. I picked.
How old were you then?
I was about 7 years old.
Okay.
And I was so excited. I could not believe that so many cricketers that I've seen in the paper and throughout my little years, 3 years I was following the game, sort of following the game since I was like 5. I could not believe I was seeing him in person. When I was at Lord's, I felt that. I was telling myself, Tino, what are you doing here? Like 5,000 test runs, no, 8,000 test runs qualify you, and nearly 300 to 400 wickets qualify you. You have none of the above. But as the president of the MCC said, your passion and your enthusiasm for the game has made the people choice pick. So I have a lot of respect for English people and English cricket fans. It's unbelievable that they actually picked me in a World 11 to represent the world. I mean,
that's a very awesome feeling. When you did play, did you get a sense of feeling from the other guys that, why is Tino here? I mean, like you said, there was a qualification to get into that world. Did you get a feeling from the other guys as like, why is Tino Best here? I mean, he didn't qualify. What was the feeling like?
Nothing like that. It was like, Tino, don't bowl quick. You have to bowl like 80
don't bowl too quick.
Don't bowl too quick. You have to bowl like 80 miles an hour. And it was exceptional. I remember Afridi told me for 2 straight days, when Brian come out to bat, please bowl drives. Right? So it was a more of an exhibition centenary game than actually running that ball at 90 miles an hour trying to injure somebody or trying to. I was so excited when I see they keep in and seeing Gilchrist and come on, Tino, well bowl, Mike. It was brilliant. You know, these guys that made my test debut again.
That's right.
You know, and,
that's right. 2003.
And then to have the respect, you know, and they're hugging me and we going to dinner and we going to 2 charity events together. I was like, oh man, this is the little kid from Richmond Gap. He's an all-star cricketer, you know, and I felt proud, you know, and you know when you come back to Barbados, you know how Barbados is a society that when it comes to sportsmen, they don't give you much credit. But when I was up there, I felt like a cricketing god to just be with these guys, you know. So I was humble and just totally, you know, just being around those guys. Virendra CY, CY tell me, Tino, you bowl a spell at me in Sri Lanka. In the India Oil Cup, you hit me in my head twice. You know what I mean? And to hear that from a man that's nearly scored 10,000 runs.
A man who scored a double in 1 day, that's right.
You know, I scored a double in 1 day in cricket, thinking about me. And to even have Sachin Tendulkar, Tino, you want to know one of the funniest things ever? I said, what is that, Sachin? I'm like, nervous. You know, when Sachin comes around you, he gives you a spirit of humility that you're so into him. You know, he said, you and Freddie Flintoff in Trinidad, you run up and bowl without the ball.
Yes.
And he said, you guys were in the heat of the battle. But that made me laugh. I said, I got to meet him. I was like, Tendulkar was even, remember that. This is 2014. That happened 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And a man that scored so many runs, scored 50,000 international runs and 1,500s in test rate. Remember that. And that warmed me. So I understand that my record might not be the greatest, but the energy and the effort that I put into the game, other legends of the game respect it.
All right, wonderful stuff. Great to hear that from Tino Best, but we're going to take all of the white elephants out of the room. And when we come back, we're going to talk about what happened in the Limacol CPL. Don't move a muscle.
Across the Caribbean, more people are placing their trust in Massey United Insurance for the protection of the things that are important to them, their homes, businesses, and their prized possessions. That's because Massey United Insurance offers excellent general insurance coverage to help you manage whatever life sends your way. Our cadre of well-reputed agencies and trained insurance professionals are always ready to provide you with sound advice and prompt service. Choose the security and sound strength that is Massey United Insurance.
I live cool, I live fresh, I live life without the stress. Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol. Feel the energy, feel the breeze, I feel like doing as I please. Relaxation comes with these, I live cool with Limacol.
Live cool with Limacol and feel the freshness of a breeze in a bottle. Limacol is trusted the world over and gives that easy, breezy Caribbean feel to all.
Every day I feel my best, I live cool with Limacol.
We're back then on Mass United Insurance's Line and Length. Tino Best continues to stay with us, and of course Andrew Seeley. We're going to talk strictly now about the Limacol CPL. We heard earlier from Kieron Pollard. Let's hear a bit now from Tino about the tournament. Tino, hard questions first. You spoke so eloquently about what you've learned, or what you did learn in terms of being with those greats. But we saw an ugly side to cricket, not necessarily from your perspective, overall. Right here in Barbados, during that match with the Zouks and the Tridents and Shoaib Malik. Take me back to the 23rd of July. What really happened?
Basically, you know, as a bowler, guys don't like to give me talk.
Yeah.
Try to get in my head, obviously. And, bowling that Shoaib, he played a cut shot, and then I bowled a slow ball, and he punched it. And he was just like saying, come on, bring it on, bring it on. So obviously, Sammy ran up from deep square leg. I said, come on, back yourself. So I ran in and knocked him over. So I said a familiar Bajan word to him. Then I got him out. He turned around.
That cannot be used on
that cannot be used on camera. I said a normal
fine.
Bajan word to him.
Yeah.
He turned around and obviously he said, just say, whatever, you know what I mean? But I respect cricketers. At the end of the day, he wants to do well. I want to do well. Is probably a full house at Kensington. Adrenaline is rushing. It's like cricket, you're playing for honors, and I want to do well in front of my Barbadians, and he wants to do well in front
the world stage
team.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, the thing just happened. You know, he said things. I said saying we got fined. That's the end of it. You know, and
have you spoken to him since?
yeah, I shake his hand, play against him in St. Lucia.
That's right.
He didn't make too much runs, and you know, it just cricket. You know, the funny thing about people got to understand that playing cricket, my job is on TV, so it's easy for them to criticize and say, look, no, Tino Best has a bad attitude.
Yeah.
But if you interact with me, if you stop me on the streets and have a conversation, ask me, you know what I mean? If you ask me for $5 in the row, I give you once I have it. But understand that when I'm in my work mode, I'm a beast. I'm an animal. I go hard. I work hard. You know what I mean? But you know, don't get carried away. I respect the game of cricket. I respect the laws. So if I broke the law, I pay for it, and that's the end of that.
Fast forward now to the team hotel where there was this alleged incident. We spoke with Kieron Pollard earlier. Your side, what really happened? I mean, there were rumors flying everywhere, but we have the horse here himself to say, well, this is what happened. Tell me what happened.
Basically, you know, me and Pollard, you know, just pushed each other around, and you know, we got partied, and that's it. You know, to testosterone.
Yeah.
You know, he's a big, tall guy. I'm a short, big guy. And, you know, obviously, two of us are, you know, we're not gonna back down from each other. You know, and that's the end of that. I play cricket, shake Pollard hand. He batted really well against us in St. Lucia.
That's right.
We thought we had the game in. He batted out the fast bowlers, and then you know what I mean. So you know, I respect Pollard as a cricketer. You know, at the end of the day, you know, life is after cricket. You know, and you know, you it's like at school. You know, you get in a fight with somebody in your class, but that happened in 1992.
Yeah.
2014, you and the guy is best friends. You know what I mean? So it's just life. You know, and you know, obviously people in Barbados, you know, people here a little here say they're gonna add on and blow up the whole thing, but it wasn't anything violent. Wasn't shed blood. It wasn't trying to bring the game into disrepute or bring the league into disrepute. You know, we just had a little exchange, a couple words. He pushed me, I pushed him. It got parted, and that's the end of it.
Okay. All right, Tino, if we move on now, let's talk a little bit about the Zouks and the Hawksbills, because there's obviously some kind of divide, and the fans in the Caribbean are concerned about the gap between the top 4 teams who have made it through to the last 4 and the Zouks and the Hawksbills. What's your view on the composition of those 2 teams? You played with the Zouks, you played against the Hawksbills, vis-a-vis the other 4 teams in the Limacol CPL.
I basically believe that it's all about manpower. I could talk about my team.
Right, yeah.
And I'll just say quickly on Antigua team. The St. Lucia Zouks, Brad Hodge, who's a very serious player, got his hand broken in the practice match. We were practicing, and a young man, Ray Jordan, he just bowled a ball and it just slid, broke his hand. KP came late. So that's 2 batsmen in the middle who would have probably secured it, probably would have been secured, probably maybe Laspers or Ambris wouldn't have gotten the play as consistently. I just drawn a reference, huh?
Yeah.
So we would have had Fletcher, Johnson, Charles, Kevin Peterson, Brad Hodge, Sammy, Vandermoff, Tanvir. This 2020. That's a
good line.
That's a bomb squad.
You know, right. But those guys came the last 2 games, and then Brad hand was broken. The same thing for the Antigua Hawksbills. Sadiq Ajmal was supposed to come. Tashida Pereira, the guy from Sri Lanka, who's a top T20 player, was supposed to come. They didn't come. They had other involvements. You know, David Miller was supposed to come for them as well. Didn't come. So when people see the 2 teams, and if we had strength, we would have competed. I mean, look at, we beat Talibas easily.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because KP came and gave us a fresh, new
impetus.
And it was kind of unfortunate we lost the game against Guyana. You know, Linda Simmons bowled well. I mean, we didn't catch up particularly well. And you know, T20 is all about margins. It's who perform on the day. So it's not a big disparity within the squads. It's all about the men that you get available
on the field.
On the field. That's going to make your squad and make your team a more competitive.
And you think that going forward for CPL 3, that this is something they need to secure, make sure that the players are available for the entire tournament and not just chop block. Come when you can.
The thing about the CPL, I think what is going to attract top players into squads is finances.
Right.
So if you're offering a guy $100,000 to come and play CPL, and the English county is saying, listen, we're going to give you £250,000.
That's a no-brainer.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to come, but it's like saying, you know, the $100,000 for a month of cricket is good, but a guy giving you £250,000 for 4 months.
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? So that's like the IPL. You see guys don't even want to play for their country.
Right.
When they get an IPL contract, because guys are making millions or more, $1 million or $2 million for 6 weeks in the IPL. When you play for your domestic, bro, you make $250,000 US. So it is a no-brainer. Guys say, you know what? I just want to play T20. I retire from Test cricket. So it's all about money.
In the overall, Tino, how would you describe the Limacol CPL? We've heard some concerns mentioned by Kieron Pollard in terms of playing in St. Kitts, perhaps in Antigua. The crowd's not really there, and the essential need for crowds. So tell me your thoughts on the tournament having gone 2 years.
My thoughts basically was last year. Last year was fantastic. Last year, the times is what is important. We as Caribbean people like our night cricket. We like to come home and have a shower after work and go down to Kingston for 7:30 game.
Correct.
You know what I mean? But the TV rights, obviously, that's where the CPL makes their money. They sold the rights to India and England. So the times,
Sport.
4 o'clock in the afternoon. I played 2 back-to-back games in St. Kitts at 12 o'clock. And Darren Sammy and even Kevin Peterson was like, damn, this is a bit different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I go in to play a 2020 game and I got to leave the hotel at 10 a.m. I feel like a first-class game. It doesn't feel like if you're going to play a T20 game. When you play a T20 game, you leave the hotel at 5:30 to play a 7:30 game. That's brilliant. You get a whole day to relax. You only 4 overs, but you wake up in the morning and you got to go and play a midday, 12 noon. So it comes down to the CPL selling the TV rights and stuff. So I would like to go back to last year's format. That's the honest truth.
One quick question. We're out of time. What is Tino Best going to do post cricket?
Yeah, obviously, maybe get into the commentary. Maybe get into phys ed. Maybe own a business. There's a lot of things. Whatever God got for me planned, I will execute it. And whatever venture I go into, I go in with my heart and go forward and make sure that anything that I affiliate myself with is excellence. All
right, amen. That's the benediction. That's the end of the program. We're out of time. Tino Best, thank you so much for coming. And earlier we heard from Kieron Pollard, not together, they were separate, but very, very effective guys who I have lots of respect for. Andrew Seeley, I have lots of respect for you too, but we're out of time, so we gotta go. Until next week, this has been Mass United Insurance's Line. Bye-bye for now.